Yeah, I mean, I still follow their best practices, but I always do something that is more of the traditional way that I used to do it. So, for example, let's just say a CBO, right? A campaign budget optimized campaign. And in that campaign, I will have the ad sets split off as desktop and mobile, or maybe I'll have one CBO that's all desktop, another CBO that's all mobile. I'll still do that. But then I'll also have a CBO that's all auto placement. So I'm still split testing the opportunities because, good example, I have a client right now where we have that setup put together. It's all the same audiences, by the way. It's like the same 10 audiences in each CBO. But one is auto placements, one's desktop, one's mobile. We found that all the leads coming from desktop, though they're 2 times more expensive, they were applying more frequently. So we start putting more budget to the desktop only campaign. So we'll pay double the lead cost if we're getting more apps. So we still do the split, we still do the auto, but when it's something like, let's say, an e-com store, the auto placements tend to do very well for us, but it takes like 5 days before it really starts to kick in.
Yeah.
Because they'll spend a lot of money on mobile Facebook feed, and then it's like, that didn't work. Then all of a sudden it kicks in on Instagram, boom, sales start coming in.
Yeah.
It took us 5 days of being patient before it starts to work. So, when we're integrating something like auto placement into the mix, we have to keep in mind what it is we're running for, right? Is this an application campaign? Is this webinar registrations? Is this sales on an e-com store? Because that'll determine how far along are we letting this run before we determine if we need to split things off.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we still break it apart. That was always my rule of thumb back in the day. But then like a year and a half, 2 years ago, I started telling people, hey, if Facebook's really pushing this thing, they're going to give preferential treatment to it because you're using it, right? They want you to use it.
Yeah.
And at the same time, once they improve it, your results are going to get pretty damn good. It's just like how they're pushing dynamic and really hard to people right now. Like every rep I've talked to is like, yeah, use dynamic. Like, okay. And then let's see what happens. And I noticed my CPMs are like $10-15 cheaper in really expensive spaces just by using dynamic.